Hi friends, it's Velvet. As you can see, I have a lot of stuff going on my desk, and the reason for that is that I decided I needed to get stuff that's buried in my drawers and my pullouts and everything and start using this stuff. Now, some of this stuff is courtesy of my very good friend Julianne, who lives not far from me. And some of it is courtesy of my very good friend Leah, who lives in Jersey, if I'm not mistaken. And, you know, it's been sitting around. In fact, my fingers feel cruddy just touching all of some of this stuff, which is very old. But what I thought I would do is kind of go through this and make a couple of signatures out of whatever I can find. So I think first things first, I'm going to work with some, isn't that fun? 1946. I'm going to work with some of my coffee dyed papers that I've done. These are the more recent ones. I should pull out some of my older ones and get using those too. But these I have also copied so that I can use them. So what I thought is I would make a book that an 8.5 by 11 page, folded in half, would fit perfectly in. So no cutting down this time. I want to make kind of a bigger book. So that is what I am going to do today. I'm just going to make some signatures. So I invite you to pull out some of your stuff, especially some of the older stuff that you haven't worked with in a while, and just kind of play along with me. You can even pull out stuff that you intend to decorate your journal with, which is kind of what I did with those little bags that you saw. And remember, none of this has to be perfect. See, this is when I was pulling it out of the water, but that's okay. So it's like twisted or something. Whatever. Can always put something there and, you know, make it pretty. Got all the texture on this. It didn't really get the print as well as I wanted it to, but it's got the texture. So, which you can't mimic when you're just downloading and printing digis. So I like that. So I'm just gonna fold a bunch of this stuff. This one's a cool design too. And, you know, maybe make three signatures. So what I should do right now is, let's kind of lay some stuff down. Ooh, look at what I've been doing too. I'm going to be playing with some slides. I don't even remember where I got them, but you know, they're used, but I can take this out and do something with it and then put something in here. We'll see. I don't know what I'm going to do. All right, so I'm going to make piles. This didn't fold as well as I would like it to. Although I am far from perfect on this. I don't strive for perfection. I kind of like a little bit of realism, I guess. So there's one pile. There's a second pile. And there's a third pile. Okay. Now this can go in here. All that crunchy goodness, right? And this one may have to be cut down because I think this might be an A4. Let's see. Yeah, that's okay. Let's go like that. And then something different. Here we go. How about this? This one I did by throwing salt. The pink Himalayan salt and some coffee on this. So I splattered the, all right, so I stuck it in the water to coffee dye it, and then I pulled it out kind of almost immediately and then splattered it with some coffee, liquid coffee, and then on top of that I threw some of the big salt on and some coffee grounds. So yeah, that was kind of fun. here's a fun page. This is just a calligraphy practice pad that I had gotten that I thought might make for something fun for a junk journal. I should be like, there we go. That just didn't really want to work for me. So let's put this one here. Find something else interesting. There we go. This one in the middle. See, it's got a rip, but that's okay. I've used rip stuff in journals before. You know, you can always put a pocket over that, tuck, whatever. Okay, there's 3. And then that one's already got the lined paper, so let's use this. This was more of a rice paper, and this obviously is too big. But we'll cut it down when the time comes. And I'm not going to worry about it being terribly, terribly straight because it does have to be cut down. So there's 3 pages of just paper to write on. And then I want to, how about if I do this, that there, and let's see what else we can put in that first pile. That's fun. That. And then we will set these coffee dyed things away, or aside, and then work on like book pages. I've also got some Braille. I've got a bunch of Braille. That was a big seller on Etsy for a while, and nobody's touched it in a long time. Still have a lot. I've also got piano paper, tons of that. So we'll need to do something here, but we'll figure it out. And then this, I usually, so if I'm making a 3 signature book, I typically will shoot for 7 pages per signature. This might go over. All right, so that's the main kind of writing on papers. All right, what have we got here? This is kind of fun. And it is together. So let's do that. It's just an index of some book. Okay. What else have we got? Well, this is not as old as it looks. This is 1938. So it is copyright. It is copyright protected, but there's nothing saying I can't pull some stuff out if it's not too fragile. Oh, you should smell this. Oh, bottle that scent. So it's just an old phone book. I actually have several old phone books. Let me see if I can get this apart without too much trouble. What should I use? What should I use? I don't know what to use. It's got to be something that will go underneath that. I'm going to try my pokey tool and see if I can get it. Take my glasses off so I can see where. That's interesting. I stapled it from the back. Excuse my big head. It's probably in the way. I don't want to ruin the book in the process of doing this. And honestly, I really don't know about the copyright laws for phone books. But I imagine it's still copywritten because of, I mean, just because of the date. The date alone would mean that it's still got a copyright on it. I think I have some that are, oh, do I have, no, I think all of the phone books that I have are later, because they really weren't using, I don't think they were using phone books per se in the 20s, were they? I think we're at, what are we at? 1927 is 75 years, right? Nope, 28. I also don't want to get poked by this. Even though I did get a tetanus shot late last year. Did I get that? I don't know. I got it this year, maybe. I got 2 vaccines when I got my last COVID booster. And tetanus might have been one of the things that I got, because I hadn't gotten it in probably 30 years. I'm trying to get up to date on everything. All right, let's see if we can get this out. Even if just do a page at a time, very gently. Sorry you have to watch me do this. Hopefully it won't take too long. Oh, look at how they did this. It's just kind of a folded paper. Yeah, let me show you. Little hole for hanging it up. This is so fragile. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to use it in a book. Oh, but wouldn't it make the book smell so good? So here's what it cost in Sault Ste. Marie. A business phone costs $3.45 a month, it looks like, and residents, one party, $2.30. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's kind of neat. I might try to get away with this and maybe protect the edges somehow. I love that they're together so that I could actually put it in like that. Let me put my glasses back on and see what we've got. See if I can salvage any papers. Oh, and then I ripped it. I was kind of afraid of that. Okay. Oh dear. Maybe I should just try and take this out. Let's see what happens. Okay. Here we go. That's probably the best way to do that. There we go. All right. So that is just kind of a cardstock front. Kind of cool. I'll put it over there so I don't get it mixed up and stuff. So, all right, so that one didn't fare as well. Okay. Now these seem to be a little bit better. I think I might try to use these. Yeah. See, those are a little bit sturdier. They will not get any decoration on them because they are still fragile. But I'm going to put one in each of these until I decide I don't want to get rid of that many in one book. But yeah, this is a cool, that was a cool find. I think I got one from overseas, but I'm not sure where. I don't remember. That's the index that we already used. I've got some dictionary. I've got some of these papers. This is a Spanish book, I think, maybe. Just trying to see what I've got to... And then I'm going to try... This is actually part of my glue book. I'm going to try folding this and see how it holds up. Yeah, I think I can do that. I'm just wondering about sewing this in. I've made a couple pockets out of this. I just don't know. Do I want to put holes through that, you know? But you can give it a shot. Try it. Worth a shot. I got lucky and I have a whole bunch of these old. I've got Spanish, Latin, French, German. What else? I feel like there's a couple of other languages. One of the estate sales I went to, the lady of the house was a language teacher, professor. And she traveled everywhere, and she had books in so many different languages, and then she had written notes in the margins. I'm trying to get rid of this glue that's on the edge here without wrecking the page. But yeah, I lucked upon that find. And here's the way I look at it. I don't know what would have happened to those books if I hadn't bought them. They may have been recycled. And I figure if I am recycling these in this way, at least they get seen. They're in something that's precious to someone. Probably won't ever be thrown away. So they still have a life this way. My husband didn't really understand that at first, and he's a bit of a hoarder. And he wanted to keep everything that I brought home. Like, honey, I'm doing this because I like making journals, and they make other people happy too. And I think finally he got it to some degree. All right, what else have we got in here that we can throw in here? Whoops, I'm dropping stuff. All right, here is something. These don't have any pictures. I've got, these are kind of cool. Let's see. I have got some other book pages. I'm not sure how many book pages I should actually put in. I do know that I want to put a music page in there. Here's, let me see what this is. This is kind of cool. This is just the teacher's guide to some language class that I'm certain came from her, okay, that's not good. Came from her stash. I should really have a staple remover down here. I call them Oscars, but I should have one, and I don't. I mean, this kind of works, but I'm just afraid of ripping the pages. So, what will be the theme of our junk journal? Since it doesn't really have a theme yet, shall we just make it vintage? There we go. Let's include these. I think I've gone way past 7 at this point, but it's okay. If I include piano paper and music, I think that'll work. There we go. Now let's take this out, just so it's ready for next time. And then here's some, we'll maybe make some pockets and stuff out of that. Here is undyed piano paper. Look, it's got notes on it. I love that. These, of course, would have to be cut down. Maybe even cut in half this way. And then cut down this way so that you can actually get 2 out of 1. Or, and I'm only saying that because I would love to keep it the right way, so it'd be horizontal. There we go. So if we were to go like this, and then just cut it in half here, so it'd be like a half page or 3/4 page, and then cut it down this way, that could work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that there, and then I'll put this one over here, remembering that I am going to pull or cut those. Uh-oh. I've ripped one of these. Yeah, that's the plan. We'll see how it works. I could always use it like that. Who knows? And now let me grab my piano paper. Provided I can find it. Where would I keep piano paper? It is... Maybe I can't find my piano paper. What did I do with it? It was up here at one point. And it no longer is. All right, folks, we might not be using piano paper. I know where I used to keep it, and then I sort of cleaned everything out. So, okay, sorry for the delay. I may cut this part out. I would really like to find that piano paper. Let me throw these here for now because I wanted to maybe use those for something. All right, we're going to forego the piano paper for now because I just really can't find it. I can't figure out what I did with it. I think it's in this big trunk that I've got, and I'll have to take everything off of it. These are just some old library cards. I have a box of like 500 of these. I thought maybe I could alter some of these, so there. All right, now that we've got pages for this, let's see about putting them together. All right, so what do we want to be our first page? That could be fun. There. How about this? And this. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. And then this will be 9. And actually, you know what? That size could be fun. A little bit bigger. What I would use is either a paper bag or some Amazon packaging and then just cover it, because that way you could kind of make it as big as you want. I don't know what I would cover it with, but that's okay. I don't have to know right now. So, excuse me. Let me grab this. And I'm going to see about putting this in half. Let's just go in half because pages don't have to be as big as... All right, so this is, well, it looks like about 12. So let's cut it 6 and see what happens. Yep. All right, so how long do we want this to be? All right, we've got to cut off a good 3 inches. So, go like this, put it at 3, and cut. These would make good pockets or tucks. All right, so what if I were to, what if we reinforce this with a piano page? There we go. And we'll go up high with that one. All right, so this can be used. We can do the same thing here. Cut it at 3. And let's put this together. So we can start with the coffee dyed paper. make the signatures look similar if we want. And then we were going with this. Oh, it's just so fragile. I don't know if I dare to. You know what I'll do? I'll reinforce this with some washi. That way I won't feel so bad about putting holes in it. You're probably all thinking that, right? Saying, think of it, think of it, think of it. Okay, we've got a special paper. That's this. That we've got to fix with something. After that special paper, we have the little book page. And then let's go with this fun paper that now we don't have to cut down since we're using other larger paper. Let's go with this. 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 Okay, there's 2. And now we will do 3. What I'm going to do is the same thing. I'm going to cut this at 6. Cutting this poor lady in half. I'm going to cut this at 3. There we go. Alright, so here we're going to use... Oh, did I not pull out any regular coffee dyed paper? Okay, we can start with this, I guess. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, I do have one. I thought I had one. There we go. Then we're going to go this way. The Tarantella. Okay. Then I think we were going to do this. And then let's go that way. We'll do this. Now I'm not even looking. I don't care if it's, you know, in an interesting order or not. Let's go with this. That's a big paper. I think I will cut that one down. And then we will do this. And these more fragile ones, I will definitely reinforce the seams with washi. I'm not good with lining up washi, though. All right, so we have 3 signatures. Although I am going to find that piano paper and cut that down so that I can make that into another paper. And how many did I say? 9? So that'll make 10-page signatures. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Piano paper can probably go right in the middle, and that would be pretty, right? All right, so now that we've got our signatures all set, why don't we do something with some of this other stuff that we've got here? I pulled out so much stuff because I just want to decorate and stuff. It's probably a good idea to gesso anything that you want to put some paint on. Even though this would soak up any paint, I like to kind of be sure of that. I also brought out some of these papers that you can get from like AliExpress and Temu and, well, for that matter, Amazon. I've also got a bunch of envelopes that I pulled out too. I thought maybe I'd make an envelope journal at some point. I've got some magazine things that I had pulled out. To do collaging with. I love that one, badass. So, I don't know where I got those, because it's not a magazine, the type of magazine I would typically buy, but I may have pulled it out of one of the magazines that I was using for the gel plates. All right, so let's figure out what we're doing. Let's make 3 things here. All right, this I think I'll set aside so I can use it in the future. But these can certainly be made into, you know, whatever. I feel like they need some color. And these are sturdy enough that I think I'll put down one of my mats and use some spray on. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm just looking to see which one I want to be the front and which the back, because these could make good tucks or pockets. Egads. Well, I know this is going to go everywhere, so you know what? Let's not be stupid about it. I got out this. This was already out from my last video, where I completely messed up the playing cards that I was trying to alter. But then I went back in and fixed them a little bit. I'll show you that in a minute. All right, so let's do some dots because I love sprinkles. All right, so those are just about ready to go. And then, and I don't care if the backs get wet, it's all right. So I like how that looks. It's not grungy per se, but it's, you know, it adds some of the color, it pulls in some of the colors that we're using in this journal, I think. I would love to put some gold watercolor on this. Let's just see. Yeah, it's kind of right here at the top, so I'll use that one. I have a nice collection of watercolors now, but honestly, I think I like my Kuretake watercolors the best. How come I can never get this open? Would it make sense for me to like cut the end off of this or something? Oh, see, I see what, I don't know. I don't know what to do. All right, don't have much going on here, but let's find a pretty color to put in here. How about this? Time to refill this water bottle, I think. My big water bottle is kind of too big. It goes everywhere. Okay. And I always use a fan brush. I've got one that's already kind of wrecked, you might say. And of course I gotta let these dry. I could dry them artificially, but well, they're already curling, so I could dry from the back, I guess. Okay, that's good. And I could always do this on the pages of the book too, so keep that in mind, that you can always, you know, do something. I pulled out some, I have got string everywhere. I pulled out some stamps that we could use on this too. This is just a really random one. I want to say that my friend Julie gave this to me, but let's just do, oh, yeah, look at that, it works. We're just going to go random. Thing is, if this ever runs out of ink, I can just ink like that, you know? That's just kind of a cool background thing, isn't it? And then I've got these that I've had on my desk. I'll put this with my thing there. Oh, here's something fun we could do. Could splatter this and then spray it with water. So this is something I picked up in my last Temu haul. It is called chameleon powder, flashing brown, red, purple. I don't know. Let's try it over here. There. Now, all we need is just a little tiny bit of water, I think. Oh, there we go. I'm like pretty much out of the water here. Let's see. Oops, but that's okay. There we go. And the spilled stuff can be picked up easily with your hand, with your finger, and just put wherever. Oh, look at that. Isn't that interesting? That's got kind of a purpley color to it, like fuchsia maybe. There's that one. Cool, cool. I should have my blower so that I could. All right, I don't think it really hit anywhere else, so those will be the 3. That's really interesting, and I like it. It adds just a little splash of color there, so that's got to dry for sure. I really need to get some more water in that. This goes on this. That's cool. This is some cool powder. And then let's see. Let's do this. Let's do it with a black soot. There we go. There. Just, you know, random. I have a snoring puppy underneath me. It's talking in his sleep. All right, there's this one. It just says canceled. Let's do, we're not going to cancel the girl. Let's cancel something up here. Oh, I didn't even read the cancel. I do nothing straight. There is nothing, I just can't. I don't know why. I wish I did. All right, so okay. Could use this little roller thing. This you know, this thing you put over top of your like your address and stuff, or you know, a blank check or something. Let's just kind of, oh, that's kind of cool. I guess I only touched like one little side of it. I'm going lightly. So it's just like letters, really. That's funny that I'm not even, there we go. There. It's kind of cool. I like it. Did I not do it on this one? There we go. Kind of almost looks like tread. All right. That is probably all the stamping I need to do. Now, let's figure out how we want to use these. Do we want to use these on the page like this and use them as tucks? So I think that's what I will plan to do. I'm going to use this one, Rusty Hinge. I don't know when that thing came out, but it's kind of my favorite now. Anything that's rusty. See, I'm still working. I'm working on this even though it's wet. It's all right. Okay. And that could be it for the decor. Although I think I'll look for maybe a couple little Tim Holtz things to put on here. Just a couple stickers once everything is completely dry. Because a couple of these definitely are not dry. So I hope you were able to, you know, put together a couple signatures and then have a little bit of leftover that you could play with this way. Make into some tucks for your own book. So then you're just one step closer. This one needs a flower or something on it. It just seems too plain, I think. This one would. Yeah, I think that needs something too. Maybe something with a little bit of color. Like these ones, maybe just something small. And this one seems very decorated too, so I don't know. And I don't want to make them too heavy or too thick. Right now it's very nice and thin and could hold a nice tag or a nice wide journaling spot. So if you were to put it in the book like this, let's just assume that, let's just say you decide to put it right here. So if you were to put it like right there, glue these 3 sides and then tuck something into it, I think that would be great. Or you could put it right in the middle. You could pull it up. You could put it to this side and tuck something in this way, so they have to pull it out that way. You could even do these 3 sides and tuck something in the top. Same thing down here. So it gives you kind of a lot of options if you just have a piece of scrap to use, you know. And what you could do is, if you have any of these things that are only printed on one side, you could fold these up and tuck them in there, because the front is decorated, but the back leaves lots of space for writing. So that's kind of fun. All right, so that is all inked. Let's put that back. I think this book will also give me an opportunity to use some of these beads that I made. Really enjoyed doing this. It was a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be. But I could definitely see something like this hanging off the binding of a book like this. So, all right. Would you want to stay and watch me decorate these a little bit? It's up to you. I think I'll get down my fake Tim Holtz stuff. I just want to make sure. Yes, this one is dry completely. This one's dry completely. That one is. This one's still a little wet. Little tiny bit wet. That one is still a little, I don't know, iffy. So I'll put those over there to dry. Grab my fake Tim Holtz stuff and see what we want to put on here. Okay. I hope that I'm in front. Yeah, I am. I backed out the camera a little bit for this. Now these might be a good size. The little people here. Is this the same one? I don't think it is. Maybe not. Got some circle stuff. Oh, we've got some butterflies. And here's some miscellaneous stuff. I kind of wanted to put, what did I say? I needed a flower or something. Maybe there's a flower in one of those. I could put some washi on there too. There's a flower on this one. And let's pick a washi that we can put on here. Oh, that's fun. These are some fun colors. Oh, we've got little tags. What else do we have? What else? Here's some fun washi. Well, I don't know, fun or interesting enough to put on these things. Oh, sorry, that's my head. That's my head right in the screen. You don't need to see that. All right, so washi first. Maybe just a small piece, because these pages kind of stand for themselves, don't they? I really should have ripped that, shouldn't I have? So I hope everybody's having a good day. This is my, let's see, my 6th work day of not working. I'm getting a lot done, I gotta say. I was telling my husband earlier, you know, I could actually do this for a little bit and just get so much done and then work, but I just don't have the funds for that. It's okay. It'll work out. I mean, the yard looks decent now. Oh my gosh, I cannot do this. Where's my pokey tool? Yard looks decent. The house is getting there. Still dealing with the electrical issue. Although, I don't know if you noticed, but I do have my overhead light on. My desk light. For some reason, the outlets are working today. I don't know how this happens. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm going to put that aside so it doesn't frustrate me too much. And I'm going to find the seam on this. It feels like it should be right there, but it's got to be. There we go. Yeah, this I'm going to rip. That's a nice one. All right, so this, whoops, I was going this way, wasn't I? Let's go like this. There. This one could work too because they're not exactly the same. This one's got a little writing on it. It says, "I hope you're okay. Please come home." It's kind of sad. All right, so that's the one I've been using. Let's see. Let's see about this one. These are all very pretty. Imagine I got these off of, probably AliExpress. I'm gonna go like this with this one. It's just to add a little texture and interest. That's all I'm doing here. I pulled out an awful lot of washi for one little project. All right, now, I said I needed a flower for this one because it's a little boring. So let's see what we've got here. There we go. There's one. Also got... Oh, this is fun. And then I wanted to use... Oh, we should put a butterfly. For sure, a butterfly. I like the red one. The red one can go on something here. And then some little people. I do like that these fake ones are a little smaller than the Tim Holtz stuff. So that you can put them on some smaller things. Sometimes I find I really want to use something, one of Tim Holtz paper dolls, but I can't because it's too big. So it is kind of nice to have something a little different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink these up a little bit, but I'm going to use the vintage photo. Oh, I have just got string everywhere. I like to use string on a lot of my projects. Kind of put them behind, kind of put the string behind something that's being glued down. Just, it adds some texture, doesn't it? All right, so that's going to go there. Let's ink up her outer edge here. She'll go there. How about with this? I'll put her here with this. I'm going to ink that. Oops. I sometimes do that, just kind of so it looks more random on things like this that are kind of plain on the inside. All right, let's put that back over there so I don't get everything. All right, so if we put that, okay, so he has to be anchored, but I don't want to put him up too high. See, on this one, I can anchor her right down here. And I also have to anchor up. And by anchor, I mean her feet can't, I don't want her floating in the air. Her feet need to be touching something to make it look like she's standing on something. So in this case, I could have her standing here. I could have her standing here. That's probably what I'll do with that one. I would love to put the butterfly in here just for some interest. I may actually leave that one blank. I know it sounds weird, but I could have him standing on the bottom of that, but I feel like he needs something else on here. This one I think I would be okay with. See, I should have one of the paper dolls that are sitting, because that would be a great something or other to sit on. And I see one here. Oh, am I covering up? Yeah, of course I'm covering that up. And I'll put that one on there. All right, I'm going to glue. I'm going to use the Art Glitter glue for this one. I like how Art Glitter glue works on chipboard. And these things are all chipboard. Let's go like that. Here we go. This looks like a grandpa with a little girl. Or this is something on a movie set. Let's see, how is he sitting? I guess he's sitting like that. Oops, I think I got my head in the frame again. We'll put him like that. That works. Let's do this one, and then when I'm done with these, we will call it a video, because I think this is probably very, very long at this point. There we go. All right, that's 2. Let's put her on here. I think I might need like a sticker or something to go with her. Although it's, you know, it's decorated kind of nicely. Oh, I need to have her standing on something, don't I? I have her standing right there. Oh, let's quick find a little sticker to put with her. A little something. Well, I wish I had done this first, because I could put this underneath her. Oh, she's lifting. All right, if I can keep that lifted enough, I will put this right under her. There we go. That's better. Okay. I think that's dry enough to put this on anyway. There we go. How about one more thing on here? What else can we put on? Do we have something? I think all of these circles are too big. Let's look in this guy. What do we have small on here? Something to put some dimension down. How about that? There. I like these. All right, before I glue her down, let's see if we want to put anything on here. Something kind of blue. Oh, we could put that across the bottom and use it as her anchor. I'm trying to go fast for you because this could be rather boring. There we go. I'm going to anchor here at the bottom. There we go. So I think I'm done with this for the day. And then maybe the next thing we do is kind of start decorating the pages, or, you know, start putting some of this stuff in. What I do want to do is show you how the playing cards actually turned out. I took a picture so I could put the picture at the end of the last video I did, because they were not great in the video, but I think I've improved them. And then I did this. That is just a piece of cardboard that I played around with. Kind of a lot of layers here. And stamping. So I like that. I think that could be a good belly band. This is still sticky. This is the net fixer that you put on your screen doors. So this one I had just totally screwed up. It just looked awful. So after I got done with the video, I grabbed a sticker and put it at the top, and I think I made it a little bit better. They're a little bendy, so I think these will be more of a decoration, a glued down decoration, than to hold anything. And then there's this one. I do like how this one turned out. It's okay. It's bendy. And this one I think was my favorite of the three that I did. I ended up putting something at the top. When I left the video, there was nothing up here, and it looked not quite right to me. So I threw a little chipboard and a little cutoff of this chiffon and stapled it on. And if I use it to just glue it down, it doesn't matter that it's got a staple mark in the back. So I'm a little bit more pleased with those than I was. And that I just love. I didn't have the pressure of being on camera, I guess. All right, so that is what I had to do today, and I thank you very much for taking the ride with me, for hitting the like button, subscribing, all that you do to support my channel. I do appreciate it, and I appreciate you. Bye!